Alright guys, this is Ranger 681. I was just taking you through a tour of my new Constellation Andromeda. I haven't really had too much of a chance to take her out or look around, but I did take a look at the basic ship. One thing that I really like about Star Citizen, as opposed to EVE Online, which I'm a huge player of. I've been a big fan of the game for a long time. I'm mostly an MR player in nullsec space. I do quite a lot with my carrier, and on the test server I do have a super carrier. I just playing on the real live game. I don't have any use for super capital level ship. Let's see. I also own T3s. And when I'm not playing EVE, I usually play Elite Dangerous. But recently I've gotten back into Star Citizen, and one thing I think that Star Citizen does that the other games don't do is they kind of give you more of a source of actually owning the ship. I mean, the ship kind of feels more like it's yours. You feel a little bit more attached to them. I think it's because in EVE Online you're stuck in a third-person view all the time. You can get a good feel for the scope of the ship, but you still don't really, I don't know, there's not that real sense of just exactly how big of that ship it is. And with Elite Dangerous, it's kind of the opposite. You're stuck in first person view. You do have the external camera that they added in recently. Well, it's been out for a while now, but anyways, yeah, I don't know, it just still doesn't feel the same. Landing on planets and exiting your ship from your vehicle gives you a good feel of how big your ship actually is, but it still feels more like, I don't know, just like a piece of equipment in the game. It still doesn't really feel like a true home, kind of like Katsumi's carrier in EVE Online. I mean, she pretty much lives in that carrier and used the jump drive to haul ships in her ship hangar to and from low-sec and null-sec for corporation members and people who are just moving out. And she also does things like transfer junk back to the markets for people and pick up new guns and ammo and all that kind of stuff, and transfer them back to the null-sec home for everybody else. So she does a lot of logistics as well. But it'd be cool if you could actually visit the bridge and all the crew quarters that they probably have. I know the EVE system works a little bit different. You live in pods that are plugged into the pilot's system directly, and then that pod is kind of like docked in the ship. I'm not really too familiar with the how that part of the lore goes. But in Star Citizen, just being able to walk around, view the insides of the ships. I mean, even the Aurora, which was the first ship I had, you have a sleeping quarter, and that was about it. But it still felt like it was kind of, it could be a home away from home. Okay, and here we are after some time. I love the way this ship looks. She is pretty big. I'd say, aside from EVE Online, where I have my capital ships, that this is probably the biggest ship I've owned in a space sim type game. Got some massive engines. Now this ship does have 4 gimbaled mounts, size 4, and it's got 4 size 1 quad, or not quad, but missile launchers, and 2 size 2 missile launchers. So that's 6 missile launchers with a total of, we got 20 missiles on board. As you see here, we have all the ordinances we can change out. which is pretty cool. These are Strike Force 2s. The quad cannons, I believe, are on top. Yeah, we have the turrets. The description says it has 2 turrets, but 2 manned turrets, so I'm not sure. Here's the first one though in the front of the ship. Right now it just has stock up equipment. The repeaters. Here you have the cockpit, which I like a lot. The whole thing is glass, so this is an exploration vehicle, so you know you got plenty of a view out the windows. And probably one of the most coolest things that this ship has all as well is the P-52 Merlin, which is a fighter craft. Now you can undock this and fly it around for defense. So you come under attack, this ship can actually launch a player-controlled fighter, which I find to be very cool. It's not functional yet in the alpha version. This is alpha testing. And here we have the cargo hold. It's still a pretty nice size from any other ship. So you can explore, but you still have quite a bit of room for cargo. And I noticed one of the descriptions described the ship as a freighter. However, the Constellation Andromeda is listed as a multi-purpose. And here you have the cockpit where you would run to the back of the ship to defend it. You'd have a friend or somebody piloting this. I'll just hop in to give you a little view from the inside. You can't pilot it just yet. It can't be launched. They had it, apparently they had it working earlier, but it wasn't working the way it was supposed to. It was actually crashing into the ship and blowing up both the Constellation and the fighter. You have side airlocks here, which probably, as you guessed, if you walked out there, would take you straight outside the ship. You got your crew quarters. You got top and bottom bunks. I forgot to show you one thing. I love how you can actually see your missiles here. You can see your missiles loaded onto the racks that go up the top. And to my understanding is you can actually see them being loaded up and launched, which is, I think, is pretty awesome. It makes you feel like, you know, your ammo is actually here. It's not just a number on a HUD. Over here we have a table that's supposed to be folding up and coming out, but for some reason on my ship at least, you can hear it folding out, but nothing really happens. Now, this is alpha testing, so you know there's going to be bugs. Still though, it's pretty cool. Sit here, hang out. You can hear the table fold out. I think I even heard some glasses clink around in there. It's pretty fun to lay down here in the beds. The only thing I wish, and maybe they'll add this further on in the game, is I wish you could turn out the light. You know, because you're not going to be sleeping with this bright light in your eyes. Pretty bright light. It still looks comfy as heck though. This isn't even the luxury version of the ship. This is, from what I read, it was one of the more combat equipped ones. Although I know the Phoenix, they say the Phoenix still outguns it. But I mean, you got 20 missiles on here. You got 4 gimbaled mounts. This ship is more than capable of defending itself. Here we have the bridge. Like I said, with the glass cockpit, you can get a really good view of what's outside. So this is an exploration vehicle. Here we have the turret. And I do really enjoy going in and out of these turrets. They just look so cool. Very nice. So this is a 4-man ship. You got 3 in the cockpit, 1 in the turret. You might be able to fit you could probably have a 5th person if they just want to sit on the fighter and wait for you to be under attack. And here we have the pilots. And let's see, one of these is the systems. One of these is the shields, and the other one is the thrusters and shield systems, or weapon systems, like the power management. And for that, I'll go ahead and take us outside into space where we can see this thing in action. And like I said, we can't dismount this and launch it directly from the ship, but we can take it out and fly it separately. And for that, I will see you in a bit. Okay guys, welcome back. We are now on the live server, and I've already called up my ship, so let's go out and check it out. I will show you the rest of the ship systems out in space where the ship will power up, and you'll be looking at more than just a blank screen. I'll show you some light maneuvering, nothing too crazy but enough to get a feel for it. And here she is on landing pad 10. It is a very nice looking ship. I like it. Okay, let's hop on board.
System critical. Landing complete. Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised.
Now she does fly a lot faster than I expected. When one of the descriptions described it as a freighter, I was expecting a very slow movement. But she moves very fast. Not very fast, I should say. Not as fast as a fighter, but a lot faster than I expected.
Standby, scanning.
And over here we got the shields and whatnot. I mean the energy emissions, throttle, and you got your shields, all that good stuff.
Standby, scanning.
You can see my ship spinning around as I use my mouse. Let's get out of here. I'll show you the second stations.
System critical.
And like I said, she is very well armed. You got 6 missile racks ahead with, you got 20 missiles. Let's see, I believe this is the shield systems.
Standby for shields.
Yeah, this is your power management between So you can go between shields and everything else. I don't believe this works. Oh yes, it does work. You can change the power outage, power to weapons, power to shields, power to thrusters, and then do equal. And here you got your shields. So that's the left station next to the pilot. Just heard someone jump out in the distance. Kind of freaked me out. And yeah, you do still have some textures popping, but you know, that's kind of expected when the product's not finished yet. Here's your shields and all that good stuff. And they're just being powered up because I'm sitting down. You know, before that, I believe the ship is powered off because there's nobody sitting in any of the seats. So this is basically the same as the other side. You can alter these, so you know, one person could be looking out here for the weapons and guns or the power management, and the other player could be sitting on the opposite side managing your shields. So you know, left, right, front, back. And for the last, I'm going to go ahead and get out of weapons safe mode. Let's get far enough away from the station that we can arm our weapons, and then I'll get into the turret and show you that.
Stand by, scanning. Stand by, scanning. Stand by, scanning. Stand by, scanning.
It's just kind of a busy server. I'd feel more comfortable doing this on a server that didn't have as many people here, just in case anybody wanted to shoot us. Turn off coupling mode. Let's see where the station's at. We'll just fly backwards here for a little bit. There is the station. As soon as we get out of weapon free zone, there we go. Turn on coupled mode.
Scanning.
Let us come to a complete stop. And this thing does take a lot longer to come to a stop than other ships I'm used to.
Stand by. Scanning.
She's a lot bigger though. And like I said, she's still maneuverable.
System critical.
And here we are in the turret. Now this turret does reach 360. I don't think I can fire these. Nope, I think I need a someone else to be piloting and active. Because I do believe it said that weapons were free. But yeah, it's a turret. It's got 360 degrees, which is, I think, is pretty cool. And in the back of the ship, when they have that part working, you'll have your gunner or whoever up there. He will run to the back. And here we have our flyable ship that he will undock. and fly around. There's a fighter ship, so he can help defend you while you have someone, while you have yourself in the main ship and him in the secondary ship, which I think is pretty cool. If he's a fifth crew member, you can have someone gunning the turret. It's 2 large guns, and then have the other guy flying the.
Scanning.
Yeah, we do have guns, so. I obviously can't fire missiles without a lock, and I'm not going to do that.
Scanning.
But anyways, yeah, somebody in the main ship with the 4 cannons and 6 missile racks and then the turret.
Standby. Scanning.
And then you'd have someone else undocking the fighter jet.
Standby. Scanning.
So you'd have the fighter flying around to protect you as well. So I think that's pretty cool.
Standby. Scanning.
Get back in the safe zone. I'm going to dock you real quick, and then I will show you the fighter in action. It's a fun ship. I took it out for a quick test drive last night.
Standby. Scanning.
But yeah, this ship is pretty awesome. I mean, I really love
Shields max.
the how everything's glass. It gives you a great view.
Landing gear deployed.
And we're just going to take her in for a quick landing here.
Standby. Scanning.
And here we go, nice and easy. Set her down real quick.
Landing request approved. Engaging autopilot.
We will go ahead and do an auto landing.
Landing complete.
And there we go. Just a quick run through my new ship, the Constellation Andromeda. Can't wait to take her out and do some exploring. I'll probably do that later. Then of course, you know, by December, January or so, like something around there, we're supposed to get our first planet to land on. And this was made for exploration, so I really can't wait for that. Technically, this is a multi-purpose ship. So, you know, they have other versions of the Constellation that are more specialized for exploration, but I bought this one because it had more defense and more offense. I mean, this ship can really defend itself. You just got loads of missiles on there. You got the quad gimbals on there. You got the turret, you got the fighter jet. I keep saying fighter jet, but no, I mean, you got the fighter that comes off of it, which is what I'm going to show you right now. Like I said, you can't launch it from the ship yet. They've been working on that feature still, but you can take it out by itself.
Welcome to the Port Arlazar ship deck. Please
So let's get our P-52.
Selection confirmed. Your ship is currently being delivered to the launch platform.
Okay, so here you go. This is what you see mounted to the rear. In the beginning of the video you saw this from the belly side. This is the actual fighter. As you see, it's got its wings folded up. I think it looks pretty cool. It's a nice little fighter ship.
Launch successful. Landing gear raised.
Now this ship is ridiculously maneuverable. I mean, this is a fighter in the true sense, you know. Now if you look at my fuel there in the lower, on the bottom right, you'll see fuel quantity. It goes down pretty quick. I almost ran out of fuel just flying around the other night around the station here, and I didn't realize just how much fuel I was using. And you know, that's when I realized that yeah, this is a ship launched fighter. It's a ship launched fighter. It's not really made for any long trips. Like I said, you'll have the Constellation out and you'll just be undocking basically to help defend it, help defend your ship. Let's go back to coupled mode. Let's get a few shots off. I believe it has a front mounted Gatling gun. And 2 lasers. Yep, there's the Gatling gun. Pretty awesome. This thing is so maneuverable compared to the main ship. Very fun to fly. I like its landing mode there. Okay, I guess that'll be it. Front view of this thing is pretty cool. Especially with the Gatling gun right there. I never noticed how you can actually see the shells spitting out of the belt feed in the back. That is pretty cool. Okay, let's go ahead and dock back up. Now, where is the station? That is the question. Should be somewhere around here by the planet. Here it is. We will have no issues getting back here. I mean, look at that speed. I can't wait until you can actually launch this out from the Constellation. We're in a safe zone. Weapons have been disabled. Gonna go ahead and comm stab and put ourselves back into regular flight mode, auto cruise, so we don't come smashing in, although that's how quickly she stops here. She does stop pretty quickly, a lot quicker than the main ship, of course. Which takes a size 4 landing pad. Let's find some place to land. Looks like this place is pretty full. You got 3 right there. Okay, let's see here. Get a little bit closer.
Landing gear deployed.
Guess it would help if I had my landing gear out. C3. This is doing the same thing it did to me last time. Couldn't see a marker for which landing pad. I can see it on the targeting. There it is. Right below me. Well, there's 8 anyways. There's nobody here, so
Request to land granted.
we'll go ahead and do auto landing.
Safe arrival achieved.
And there you have it. There's a little detachable fighter. Very fun to fly. Like I said, I just can't wait to fly it in the actual ship. To launch it and dock it.
Systems active.
Anyways guys, this has been Revenger 681, and thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.